Before Wall Street, before the Federal Reserve, before the US dollar ruled the world, there was London. A small island with foggy mornings, unpredictable rain, and barely 1% of the world's population built the financial system the entire planet still uses today. It sounds impossible, right? How did a tiny nation build a system so powerful that even after its empire collapsed, the system survived? You're about to discover how Britain created the world's first global financial network, how America inherited it, and why your money, debt, banks, and even your country's interest rates still run on a blueprint designed in London over 200 years ago. This is not just history. This is the operating system. To understand this financial empire, we need to travel back to a world before the United States existed, before global trade was safe, before nations had central banks, insurance markets, or government bonds. The British Empire didn't dominate because it had the biggest army. In fact, it often didn't. It dominated because it built a financial engine that turned war, trade, debt, and insurance into tools for global power. This engine made London the most influential city on Earth, the Wall Street of the narrator. Britain's rise begins in the late 1600s with one key invention: the Bank of England. It wasn't just any bank. It was the world's first modern central bank, centuries before the Federal Reserve. It managed national debt. It issued.
Next came the move that changed global money forever. Britain tied its currency to gold. This created complete trust in the value of the British pound. No inflation, no sudden drops, no unpredictable value. For the first time in history, nations saw a currency that behaved like a stable machine. The world followed. By the 1800s, the British pound was used in Asia, Africa.
The bond market. Now here's the masterstroke. Britain figured out how to turn war into a profitable investment. They created government bonds. The idea was simple. Citizens loan money to the government. The government pays them interest. The money funds the Navy and the empire's expansion. But something unexpected happened. Foreign nations started investing in British bonds too. Why? Because Britain never defaulted. The returns were steady. The system was reliable. The world was now financing Britain's wars and didn't mind doing it. The more investors bought British bonds, the stronger Britain became. Chapter 5. The Navy plus Trade Power Loop. Now combine everything: a central bank, a gold-backed currency, insurance markets, government bonds. What do you get? A self-reinforcing cycle that no other empire could copy. Britain builds a powerful navy. The navy protects trade routes. Protected trade brings massive profits. Profits fund taxes. Taxes fund the government. The government issues more secure bonds. Investors buy them. Britain funds even more expansion. It was capitalism powering imperialism. Imperialism powering capitalism. A loop that lasted over 200 years. Chapter 6. The collapse begins. But every financial empire eventually hits a breaking point. For Britain, that moment arrived in 1914, World War I. Britain printed money, suspended the gold standard, borrowed heavily, lost trust, lost dominance. After the war, Britain tried to return to the gold standard, but the economy was too weak. The pound was overvalued. London was losing influence. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, a new giant was rising: the United States. America had gold. America had industry. America had leverage. By 1945, Britain was bankrupt and borrowing from the United States, its former colony. The financial empire Britain built was now being run from New York. Chapter 7. The British Blueprint Lives On. Most people think the British Empire ended in 1945. In reality, its financial system didn't just survive, it evolved. And the United States inherited everything. Look at this. The Federal Reserve, based on the Bank of England. The US dollar replaced the British pound as the global reserve currency, using the same gold-backed trust system until 1971. Wall Street, modeled after London's bond and insurance markets. Modern shipping insurance, still handled largely in London. International contract law, still based on British legal principles.